What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Jake Haro. A lot of people have or were following what happened with baby Emmanuel. A lot are still following because they're waiting to see when justice or some type of justice will be served with Rebecca Haro. But for right now, we have Jake Haro. Jake Haro was transferred from the county jail on the 19th to Wasco State Prison. He was transferred to Wasco because that is the reception center for him from his county. It's also the reception center for Los Angeles, Ventura, Santa Barbara, Kern counties, and I believe there's one other county. That's the reception. I know people want to hear that something bad happened to him. As of right now, there's no reports that anything has happened to him. He won't stay in Wasco. He's going to be evaluated. He's going to be seen by medical. He's going to be offered psych services. There's other things that they're going to be checking on. He's going to be seen by a counselor. The counselor is going to do a checklist with him of the aggravating and mitigating factors so that they can classify him on the proper level of security. So with the amount of time that he has, he would start out right at level 4 points, no matter what. Okay. The fact that he had a conviction for harming his daughter, that would aggravate it and knock the points up. I don't see anything that would mitigate his points and bring him down. So in my opinion, he's going to a level 4. I don't know if they're going to put him on a level 4 180 or level 4 270. Level 4 180 is the highest security in California. Level 4 270 is the next highest. And basically what it is, in a 180, there's a wall in between every section. There's a rotunda. When you go into the building, it's all secured. You can't just walk in and you look around and you can see all the sections. Whereas in a 270 building, you come through a hallway. Their rotunda is just a hallway, and you come out of the hallway. The hallway is about 15 feet long. When you're coming from the outside of the building, you walk about 15 feet under the gun tower, and then when you step out, you're looking right at B section. You can look to your left and see A section. You can look to your right and you can see C section, or vice versa. But it's a horseshoe. You don't have that in a 180. You walk into the building, you're looking at an enclosed pod. And then you take a left or a right, depending on what building it is. Then you'll see another enclosed pod. And then there's 3 enclosed pods rather than one big building. A 180 yard will have 8 buildings, or blocks as we call them out here. It'll have 8 blocks because a 180 holds less people per building than a 270. 270 buildings are bigger. On a 270 yard, there's 5 buildings, right? But each yard is going to hold the same amount of people, about 1,000 men in there. I went through Wasco in 1994. I would assume that a lot has changed from 1994 to now. So I can't tell you what his yard would be like. I can tell you when I was in Wasco, we got yard at least, I remember at least 2 or 3 times a week. We got day room every day. We came out for day room every day. We were fed in the day room. I don't know that Wasco still does that because of that's also where the Bulldogs go. When I went through there was no problem There was no disagreement at that time with the Bulldogs. So we were going to yard with them, day room with them. We ate at the same time. After the whole, after about 1998, they don't mix the Southerners with the Bulldogs in Wasco. So I don't know how the how the feeding is done. If it's self-feeding, if it's tier feeding, I don't know. Jake is not going to be housed anywhere where the general population is. He's a SMY PC inmate. I've talked about it where I don't see them finding a safe spot for him. I don't think he's going to be eligible for PHU. I think he's going to be placed in a dangerous environment. I don't think the CDC is going to give a damn about keeping him anywhere near his county of commitment. I would assume he's going to wind up in... He may wind up in Kern Valley, Salinas Valley. It just depends. When I started my time, I went directly to a 180. I can't. I'm trying to think of criteria that would designate 270 or 180 placement. I wouldn't know. The CDC has changed so much, but I do know that nobody likes people that hurt children or women or the elderly. So I highly doubt there's going to be any type of leniency when they're classifying him. I think they're going to put him where it's dangerous. The CDC right now, it seems like that's what they want to do anyways, is foment as much violence as possible because they want to slam everybody back down. They want to put everybody that got released after the hunger strikes, they want to put them back in Pelican Bay. They hate the fact that Pelican Bay is not slammed down and full of misery. Or at least misery at the level it was at, right? I'm trying to think of other things that I know people would like to know about. Will Jake get a job as soon as he hits the yard? I doubt it. There's only so many jobs. Normally you're gonna have to wait a year minimum to get assigned a job. Now where he could wind up, depending, he may get placed in education, but I think Jake Haro knows that the more time he spends outside of his cell, the more likely it is that he's gonna get hurt. So I could see that dude trying to just stay in his cell, being afraid of everyone and everything around him. And you know what? I don't have any sympathy for him. He had a son for 7 months. We think he had a son for 7 months. And that baby suffered, I'm going to assume, every single day for 7 months. So if Jake is uncomfortable and suffers for the next 30 years, he has it coming. He really does. And I think that there's going to be people, there will be someone who's going to be disgusted by the sight of Jake. And in there, that's all it takes. With somebody with the type of charges that he has, that he pled guilty to, someone isn't going to like him being anywhere near them. But I just wanted to, I know Gunner did a video the other day talking about he went to, he's now in prison. He's no longer in county custody. He's in state custody. And things are about to be real. So I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.